Hello and welcome to Quirk Analysis 101, the series where I give you a detailed rundown on the quirks in the world of My Hero Academia. Today's video was requested by Emily Wimberg, so here's a shout out to you, Emily. In the last video, I discussed a quirk that belongs to My Hero Academia's Queen of Creation herself, Momo Yaoyorozu, and her quirk, Creation. In today's video, I'll be discussing a quirk that belongs to one of the quietest, strangest looking, but overall wholesome characters in Class 1A, Koji Koda. Seriously though, I don't want to be that guy, but why is his head shaped like this? Is it something to do with his quirk, or what? But before I begin, I'm going to give you a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button and bell icon to keep up to date with all of the new, amazing content the Lunchtime Crew is producing. Now, with all the marketing mumbo jumbo out of the way, we can finally dive into the most universally accepted quirk in the entire animal kingdom, Anivoice. Anivoice is an emitter type quirk which first appeared in chapter 66 of the My Hero manga and episode 36 of the anime. This quirk allows its user to communicate with and command any animal through speech. The user could also seemingly understand the animals they communicate with as well, or at least receive information from them. Fun fact, this quirk was the last revealed power of Class 1A in the anime, but in the manga, it was actually the second last quirk, with Rikido Sado's Sugar Rush ability being revealed just one chapter after. It's still kind of funny, don't you think, that the only person in Class 1A with a voice-related quirk is the last character to speak. As for what animals Anivoice can command, well, it's practically all of them, from insects to birds to lions to whales, you name it. However, the quirk is incapable of commanding humans, which is for the better, because otherwise the user of this quirk would essentially be unstoppable. Now it's time for the part of the video where I usually discuss the quirk's abilities. Except for Anivoice, it's legitimately just one ability, to communicate with animals. I mean, what were you expecting with fucking Mountainhead Dr. Doolittle over here? But seriously, this quirk's only technical ability is commanding animals. But what that means is, the user essentially gains the abilities of whatever animal they take control of. Birds, for example, can be used for reconnaissance, flying over great distances, and letting the user know when and where they spot their target. Or they can be used to attack in flocks, overwhelming and distracting a potential opponent. Insects can be used for stealth attacks, burrowing underground to sneak up on opponents and then surfacing at the opportune time to attack their target. I mean, if we're talking about versatility, this quirk is up there with some of the most versatile. A cheetah's speed, a lion's aggression, a gorilla's strength, a rhino's hide, and a echidna's penis. These are all assets this quirk can make use of, and not just by themselves. Sure, a single lion is terrifying, but imagine a pride of lions accompanied by a crash of rhinos with a slew of bears and a congregation of alligators, all while a colony of bulldog ants are making a sneak attack. It's pretty overwhelming. But as cool as it would be to be finally able to talk to your dog Fluffy, this quirk does have a lot of weaknesses. For starters, Anivoice is an audio-related quirk, meaning that for it to be used, the animal you're trying to control must be able to hear you. This means that if your voice is being drowned out by other noises or traveling through another medium that muffles sound like water, the quirk is rendered practically useless. You can see this in Koda's and Jiro's battle against Present Mike in the final exams, where Present Mike's quirk voice prevents Koda from using his quirk. This also means that all you gotta do is cover the user's mouth, then boom, no quirk. This is actually a very big flaw, not only logistically, but also for the My Hero world. Imagine in a situation where there's a mass panic. People would be screaming and there would be noises everywhere, limiting the quirk's use. Another weakness which I previously mentioned is the fact that this quirk can't control humans, but this also applies to human-animal hybrids, such as Froppy or Gang Orca. It also can't control artificial creatures, even if they have animal-like characteristics, like Pixie Bob of the Wild Wild Pussycats' Earth Beasts. There's also the fact that the strength of this quirk is entirely dependent on the range of animals in your vicinity. If you're isolated in a room with like a single bunny rabbit, this quirk is going to do you absolutely no good. Unless, of course, it's the bunny out of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Then you'll be fine. Now, while Anivoice has a lot of weaknesses, it also has a lot of potential. For example, making animals work together. Why have bugs sneak underground when you can have birds pick them up and drop them like bombs for an attack from above? Have apes and gorillas ride on the back of horses or rhinos for a vicious full frontal assault? Or have elephants with venomous snakes wrapped around their tusks to really be terrifying? Or even dogs with bees in their mouths, and when the dogs bark, they shoot bees. The animal combinations and crossovers are endless, and each one brings new uniqueness into any conflict. There's also the possibility of having very specific animals as pets. I mean, why risk the chance of there not being any animals around when you can literally have a pet lion that follows your every command? I don't care if it says no pets in the store, Jeffrey. Snuffles is my safety animal. And that's everything you need to know about the quirk Anivoice. It's certainly an interesting quirk, and just for casual everyday use, it would be pretty fun to have. But in reality, it does have a lot of weaknesses that can easily be exploited, so it's definitely not the best quirk. But who knows, maybe Koda will pull out some amazing skills and shock us all. But let me know what you think. Would you like to have the Anivoice quirk? And what quirk would you like me to go into detail next? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Plus Ultra.